What's good, y'all? Frank Colmenares here, live from Frank Colmenares' apartment studios. And, there's times where I'm in this place of mine, my humble abode, where I'll have thoughts or ideas or even just like conversations with people that I've grown to call friends and family. And sometimes these conversations will be real inspiring or, plant seeds for things that I end up doing in the days to come, months to come, years to come. And I wish that people could somehow sit in on these conversations or maybe take some of the motivation that I get, from some of these conversations. And so that's what brings me here to doing, quite frankly, though, the podcast, where I'm going to have some of these conversations with people that, I talk to on a daily basis. Some of them are going to seem more or less significant than others, but I hope you could take whatever it is that you can from them and, let that fester and turn into, what it will. So I'm going to bring on one of my good old friends. I'm going to call him up, Justin Tucker, somebody I met in the film space. I'm going to let him introduce himself, but he's very significant. I'm sure he's going to try to introduce himself very humbly, as he usually does, but we're not allowing that here, man. But I'm going to bring him on. I'm just going to have a conversation with him as I figure out, all of this podcast stuff and give it a test run and just, take the inspiration, the advice, and the guidance that I usually get when I connect with Tuck. So let's do it.
Frank, what's up?
Tuck, my guy, we're live, man. We're live. You're on Quite
You
Frankly
live
Though, the
right now?
podcast. Yes, sir, man. You my first
Oh,
guest.
you put me on the spot.
Yeah, man, it's love, bro. I appreciate you rocking with me, man. What you up to, brother?
Not much, just finishing up on set for the kids show all day, building a fake house inside.
Yo, when on the show, like, do you have like a group of people that help with that? How many hands are on deck to create the show that you're working on right now?
So right now it's me and her. And in the beginning I had Connor. He actually no, I don't even think Connor helped with the show. I think he was already in LA.
Yeah.
No, just me and her. I shoot it. I cut it. I mean, it's earning revenue, but I want to save that revenue for when we expand. We're going after funding right now, so I can hire people. So, but it's getting real close.
Nah, that's dope, man. You know what? Even before we even get into everything you're doing, just introduce yourself by just letting people know like how you got into film and what kind of things you've done, man. And I don't want the Justin Tucker humble introduction that you usually give when I introduce you to people in the real world. I want you to flex a bit, man. Not even to flex, but I feel like
bragging on myself.
I just feel like we're in a world where people like make you feel like you have to like shrink yourself, to be in spaces and for people to be comfortable or just we don't celebrate people enough, man. And this just isn't the platform for that, man. So, I've been inspired. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I also think it's an odd thing that I do. So it's like to get people wouldn't understand anyway. So I'm always just like, yeah, I just make TV shows. It's like
yeah, that's the humble part.
Less,
it's that's humble in itself until you start talking about the TV shows that you have created or been a part of. Even that is humble in itself. So I want you to get into some of that and just let people know who's on the line with me right now.
Yeah, for sure. My name is Justin Tucker. I'm a television producer, and a lot of people don't even know what that means. It's so I create, pitch, and then make TV shows from directing down all the way down to the, when you to a buyer like a broadcast network or cable or streaming, they expect you to, since they bought it from you, to oversee it and deliver it the way you pitched it. So that's what I do. I mean, I'm constantly meeting with talent or people with ideas, or fleshing it out. I create my own. I partner with people, and then I'm a writer for hire. I write on a lot of shows, and host driven copy stuff as kind of a side job. And then I have a studio in Norwich where I make my own content for and but yeah, it's
you said that you make your own content. Your content for what? It kind of cut out.
Oh, sorry. Make my own content for YouTube.
Oh, dope. I mean, and just to give a couple titles. What are some of the The most notable
So
shows
I'm
you worked on.
Executive producer of Duck Dynasty, Straight Up Steve Austin, Ms. and Mrs., Lip Sync Battle, a show on Netflix right now called All the Sharks. I have a show coming back on Discovery Channel, which I'm partnered with a buddy of mine on, and it's about aliens. Yeah, if you're an alien, it's pretty cool. But yeah, and then so
Ghost Hunters as well.
So,
You were a part of Ghost Hunters as well, correct?
Yeah, so that was my first show. I actually got hired on that show. Yeah, I was hired on that show, and then that show was almost 18 years ago. You know, how long that show is.
That's longevity, man.
Way back, but yeah, I started in high school making videos with my buddy Dave, and we got hired by local businesses. We like stood out a little bit, so I would write them and he would shoot them, and we did like a liquor store commercial, and we get $50 for it. And in high school, $50 might as well have been 50,000. You know, like we thought we were rich.
It's a lot of candy and extra school lunch right there, man.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, that's a lot. That was a 30 pack, and it was a $50 is a 30 pack and all the McDonald's you could ever want, and full tanks of gas to drive around with.
Yeah.
So, because back then,
especially back then,
high school.
Now, what could $30 get you in gas these days, man? It's not even.
I just filled my tank today, and it was $110 from empty.
Disgusting, bro. It's disgusting, man.
But yeah, no. I started in high school making videos and commercials. We do like the morning announcements, the video morning announcements in high school. So, anyways, Dave, who went to film school. I didn't. I just did some like local college, and then he went to school, and then when he got out, he's like, hey, there's a job on the show Ghost Hunters I'm working on if you want to do it. So like, heck yeah, I dropped what I was doing and got into the industry at like probably 19 or 20.
Yeah, bro. I
never look back.
When I hear stuff like that, I be like where, like, why weren't I in the group of friends that was like calling me with stuff like that? I'll get the phone call about like this cute new girl that they just seen or something, but I never got called to like executive produce a hit TV show, man. I feel like I was around the wrong people growing up, man.
Well, he called me to be the runner to go get to go get coffee. Yeah. So that's where I started, but him and I were a good team for many years. I ended up hiring him on Duck to direct it. So he directed Duck Dynasty for me. So like, yeah, we're super tight. We grew up together. We fight like brother and sister. He'd be the sister. And no, we fight like two brothers. Yeah, but it's all good. When we get together, we make creative stuff. So
yeah. So when you got it, at that age, like in high school, it's so
By the way, Dave, if you hear this, I'm kidding. You're not the sister.
word, no doubt. Yo, like at that age, it's so, I would assume, so much easier to be, excited about, some of the things that you were a part of, right? Like, as opposed to like, not saying that now we're not still excited about life, but like, there's so many other things that kind of taint or drain some of that energy or excitement. So, just curious, when you got into film, was it something that was a business endeavor, or was it like just fun and you were like passionate about that film space? Like, what was it for you?
So it was zero about the money, even though I was making a lot of it. It was like, it never crossed my mind, like, I got to do this to make money. It was always just like, what's the next thing that I can have fun with? Because I'll tell you what, dude, if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be homeless. I'm like, I can't do anything else.
Yeah,
so you as you work your way up the ladder, I've sat in rooms with like Ridley Scott. I got hired by Ridley Scott to run his television company for 2 years, and meeting with like the Wu-Tang Clan, and they're pitching me shows with them, and like celebrities every day coming in and pitching show ideas and telling them no. It's kind of an imposter syndrome. You're kind of like at the end of the days, I'd be like, why am I doing this? Why am I the one in here? And I think it's just it was a perfect storm of like a little bit of luck, a little bit of talent, a little bit of who I knew, a little bit of this. But I think at the end of the day, it was like the driving force was, it's all I know, and I love doing it. It doesn't matter how small the project is, or how big it is. I'm into it. If I'm into it, I'm into it. If I'm not, I'm not.
I could confirm that it's not a flex that you've had like, famous people and artists, pitching you shows. Who was it that we were on the Zoom call with that was pitching us ideas for a show that we were supposed to produce for them?
It was like Roxy Diaz and Shaq.
Not who else? There was another group. The rapper.
Travis Pastrana.
Nope, keep going. Who's the rapper? We were
OT Genesis.
OT Genesis. Yep. Cool dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to OT Genesis, man. But I remember.
He had a good idea. I wish that worked out. He had a good idea.
Now we got to spin the block on that.
We met him on the Roxy Diaz show we did for Hulu. Uh-huh. He came out on as a guest. It was like a like a girls' night out, but in a haunted mansion.
Yeah.
And then like OT shows up, and he's just like the dude who's like, I don't mess with ghosts.
Yo, he has mad person. He's hilarious.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah, he was awesome. I gotta reach out to his man. His manager was super cool.
Yeah, they were excited. I thought that was gonna materialize to turn into something. I did too. I don't know where that. Question. I know we talked about this before. Like when ideas like that, you talk to people and it doesn't materialize initially. Like what happens? Like if network doesn't pick up on the idea, or there's times where you shot full like pieces of content, intros or episodes, and then it just gets like shelved. Like, do those ever come out, or is it just like that's wasted energy that never goes anywhere?
Wasted.
That's crazy.
It's wasted. So here's the thing. Everyone is on the buyer side, and this is this is a whole nother conversation. It's two conversations going on right here. But let me tell you the first one. On the buyer side, everyone's scared to lose their job, and you're only good as your last show. So they hem and haw. They'll give you like $50,000 to go shoot something, and then when you bring it to, like, no, they'll just pass on it. So it's wasted money for them too. And then they shelve it. Then they get fired, and you can't go back to this company with the same project because the new people don't want anything to do with any other projects that have been through there. Yeah. So it is wasted energy, wasted money on good ideas. Some are ideas that you hear and you're like, that'll be good. And then you look at some tape and you realize it's just not that good, and it makes sense why it got passed on. Yeah. So it's not wasted energy. It was research, But the ones that you're like, this is really good, and then they ultimately pass on it, it's frustrating because then you can't do any. I have tapes here. I probably have 200 tapes that we shot that didn't make it past development.
You showed me like finished pieces of content, like episodes of content that like, I was excited to be able to binge watch, only for you to tell me it's never coming out. This is never going to be coming.
Dude, I did a whole week shoot with Dion, Shador Sanders, the whole Sanders family, Deandra. Yeah. And I went to their house and basically his grandmother basically lived them for like a week. And we shot this amazing called Country Prime. Yeah. And it was right before he started coaching Colorado. He was going to like quit the business or the sports business and just open up a ranch and be a cowboy, and, because that's how he really lives when he's not, when he's home in Texas. And, he likes bass fishing and stuff like that. So it was about that. And like his family his spoiled ass kids having to adjust to living like the country life. Yeah. And it was right when Shador was about to go to college, and he was like All-American high school, and he couldn't figure out how to make popcorn in a microwave. Dion's like, the button says popcorn. Just hit the popcorn.
Never had ramen in his life.
Yeah, exactly. So it was funny, and it was a great tape, and it was for USA. They commissioned it, and then so the whole Dion like separated from his wife, and they wanted a wife in it, or at least a girlfriend. He didn't have one, so they canceled the whole project because of that.
That's tough. And y'all had how much footage did y'all shoot like before that? Before the
a week's worth, 10 hour a day, a week's worth.
So does that ever like, is there ever conversations of like when there's time to like do a documentary of them or repurposing the footage? Like who holds on to
I get
that?
It back.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called reversion. in all my contracts, if they pass on it, I get reversion on it after like 90 days, and I can use it for anything I want. I could sell it. Like if Dion does a doc or something, I could sell it to them or give it to them. I would probably just give it to them. You know, he's a really good.
So you have like libraries of this footage that you could do whatever you want with these days.
I could, and I was thinking about doing like a YouTube channel called like Television Wasteland or something like that.
Yeah.
Where I just put up all the tapes.
Nobody take that. You're gonna have to go copyright that. Nobody take that. This is IP of I'll be Tuck or this episode. I want a little bit. I want in on it, but don't take that.
Yeah, get some revenue. I think
that sounds fire. That sounds dope.
That.
Again, like people don't have the same lens I have because I've seen some of this stuff. So I know that people would love to like see a series come out and really appreciate some of the stuff that you have been a part of and some of that footage that just like is in the wasteland at the moment. So
you know, it would be cool if you put it in the wasteland and then it does really well, then you could like fund a series based on the popularity of that. Go back to the,
you might be,
that would be cool.
You might be on to something, Tuck, man. Yo, so
I did a naked ghost hunter show. We shot a whole pilot for it where people like hunt ghosts naked in the dark.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that would have been huge. They bought 3 episodes as a special. And then after we shot it, they were like, no, we're not going to do it. Like,
that's tough.
It's done.
There's mad recreational nudity.
Yeah.
Nah, that's tough, man. Yo, you're in like, just hearing some of the projects that you've been a part of and things you've done. Like you stepped into film in a passionate space and seems like you kind of stayed in spots that you were excited about. Like, I mean, me and you talked about this. I didn't step into film because I was passionate about film. Like I was stepping into film because I was trying to, afford a certain type of life for myself and, distance myself from some of the things at the time that I was, partaking in and whatnot. We'll get into that.
Right.
But yeah, like, in that space.
That's when I met you. That's when I met you was during your transition. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, for sure. So, this is like what I'm excited about, being able to I've always loved, talking to people and doing things for people. Like even during those times where I was doing other things, I was always involved in like community service and just the human to human interaction, man. So being able to be in a space like this and have some of these conversations that I think could impact, people in whichever way it does, man, is dope. And I look forward to seeing where it's going. So like with you, you're 18 years in. Like where are you finding the space to keep this exciting?
25 years in.
25 years in.
Now.
So shit, even crazy. So where are you still finding like the excitement, to kind of keep doing? Because you're doing new things. Like as somebody who has been doing this as long as you have and have been a part of some of the huge things that you've been a part of, you're still creating things from the ground up. Like what goes into the drive to continue to do things like that? Poppy's Planet, being the newest endeavor. Yeah,
so I think what I'm excited about, I have wind under my wings, as you would say, is really getting me going, is the direct connection with audience, and it's a creator's world now. Back in the day, you needed permission to do things. You had to get other people excited about what you're excited about. And now you don't. Now you can make it on your phone and you have direct contact to the entire world to do whatever you want. And, it's up to the audience to like it. And that's a mutualism I don't think that you've ever had before, because you always had a filter. You always had to go through a network or a broadcaster or even a streamer, even with Netflix, because you're always going to get notes. They're always going to change it. And now what I'm really excited about as a creator is I can create something and send it right out to an audience, and they can tell me whether they're going to watch it or not, and if it doesn't work, it's okay. If it does, it's the most exciting thing ever, because now you have zero gatekeepers. You don't have anybody to answer to. And that's what I tell people, Frank, you're huge in the community and what you do. And you actually were the one that inspired me to do it. When I first met you, I was doing zero community, outreach. And now it's a lot of what I do with mentorships and just helping out wherever I can. And it's because of you. And what I tell these kids is like, you don't need permission. If you're maybe 10, 15 years ago you did, and that's why it seemed impossible. But if you want to be a musician, if you want to be a creator, if you want to be anything you want to be, you can do it now. You can go to, dude, you can go to Harvard online for free now. Like literally the same courses they teach to people for $150K a year, they offer them for free online, and you can get a degree just by going to I think it's like Education X or something, and for like $100 you can sign up and you get a diploma and everything. Man. And it's crazy. It's like the world is literally at these kids' fingertips, and they don't realize it.
Yeah, I've learned everything from YouTube University or just running into people like yourself, man. And the programs that we're doing for the youth, we're offering guidance or some wisdom or connecting them to professionals like yourself to create some inspiration there, man. I'm glad you're a part of that, and I know those kids benefit so greatly from just being in that space. Like I ran into you in my adult years, and I've learned so much, and I was inspired in so many ways. I couldn't have imagined meeting somebody like you when I was just in middle school, and though you get to connect with them one-on-one there, like. Somebody that might hear this podcast, like what advice would you give them? Or even myself, like someone stepping into this podcast space. You're somebody that has created podcasts of your own and ran some and helped other people get theirs up and going. What advice do you have here? Like what are some things I should know, or people, that are embarking on this same kind of journey? What should they know? What kind of guidance and wisdom do you have?
Be like, you're here for a reason. So just be you. Don't try to make a podcast you think people will watch. If you have a voice, an opinion, even if you want to talk about anime, like there's an audience out there for you, and be yourself, and don't, sorry, a hiccup, and don't quit, because it takes a little while to get an audience. You know what I mean? It's like people want that instant gratification where they put up 1 episode, 2 episodes, even 10 episodes, and they're just like, nobody's watching it, I'm quitting. Yeah. It's like, no. That is not even like 10 episodes. 100 episodes is a small amount, because you just got to stay in people's faces, because you're not a thing until you are a thing, and it sounds like a cliche thing to say, but think about how many times you're on reels or shorts on YouTube, and you're just swiping, and then you see something and you're like, oh, that was funny. And then maybe an hour later you see another version of that same person, because you watched it through. So your algorithm throws it in, and then you're like, oh, it takes you about 10 or 15 times to see that before you go, I'm going to go find this guy. And then you go watch the long form of that person. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So you have to become a thing. And the only way is don't give up.
Consistency, man.
Consistency, and be yourself. Don't try to be Mr. Beast. Don't try to. Go ahead. Yeah,
to the be yourself thing. Even when I was like, I knew I wanted to do a podcast, and I didn't know where I was going to go with it. And I sat here for like days, bro, just trying to figure out where to go. And at one point, like I was like, I got to do something that's funny, right? And though I have a humorous side to me, like I'm no comedian. And so while I was opening up the notes app in my phone to write down ideas, I found myself being exhausted. And just because it wasn't what I was trying to do, just wasn't natural. Like I wasn't being ingenuine, because the thoughts I was writing down, they were all from me, and there were things I would say and things that I would do, but it just wasn't flowing as naturally as I would need for something that like I'm looking to do with longevity in mind, man. So I don't 100%. Think there's any better advice than that.
You're the follow-up joke guy. You're like the guy who's like who like play off of
I'll piggyback with
you know
the
what
joke.
I mean? Yeah, you hear something, what's funny, and you'll hear it, and then you'll come back with something witty or funny. It's like, but being the driving force in the humor, I get it. You pull your hair out doing that. Yeah, you don't want to pull those beautiful waves out.
Did you see the? So I don't, when people see this, and there's a lot of fine tuning in this journey that I'm gonna do after the fact. But even like the logo for the company, like when I told myself that I just wanted to go, I didn't want to overthink this thing. I just went on ChatGPT and I got a logo done up and whatnot. And so I sent them, I posted a picture of myself in there and told them to make a logo out of it.
I love this story. I was a part of it.
Here, I put the name in there and everything. And then they sent back what they sent back. And I was like, I don't know. It's a little darker than actually, I sent it to one of my homeboys. He was like, who's that? Like, you're not dark like that. That was Lou. Lou told me, he's like, yo, you're not that color. I'm like, you know what? Could you make this a couple of shades lighter? And then
it's so funny when you're writing prompts in ChatGPT, you're like, "This is good. Can you make my flesh a little lighter?"
And blah, blah, blah. You're like, and as convenient as it is, it's still flawed, right? Like I had to throw the waves in there, like, yeah, all right, cool. This is the final touch.
Funny from my point of view, as this was going down, like I got a text from you and like, check out the new logo, and here's like the synopsis of what I was thinking for the show. And then like an hour later, I get another one. It's like, actually, I'm gonna go with this one because this one's got. I had to throw the waves in there.
Throw the waves in there. The signature waves had to be in there, man.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it is so. And even like currently, my barber hit me up like, "Yo, Frank, like, yeah, this is cool, but like." Your beard don't connect like that. And I'm like, yo, bro, like I've been trying to get ChatGPT to get this right for days now. Yeah. I'm not going to halt the process. I really want to get this content out. I'll fix it over time. And so he started sending me like variations of my logo with certain things fixed. But ChatGPT, every time they fix something, they mess something else up. So that's, that's the flaw of it. Like,
and then at one point it kind of like gives up and like a picture of a giraffe will show up and you're like, what the fuck? Like, you're not even trying anymore.
It's crazy, bro. But yo, as convenient as it is, man, yo, I appreciated, just having that at my fingertips. And the world is just like, yo, the world is just evolving in such a crazy pace, bro. But there's good with the bad, and I'm excited to learn and navigate it. I'm stepping into this space and I'm using ChatGPT.
There's a free AI course that the Mystic Chambers put it on. You should sign up for that. It's like advanced AI. If you know the basics, is for the next one. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take the course just to check it out. I use it every day, and I'd love to see if like there's different prompts, because I use Sora, I use ChatGPT, I every day. I call it auto tune for writers. Yeah, because it really is. Yeah, remember when auto tune came out? Everybody thought they were a singer. Now everybody thinks they're a writer.
Fact though. Yo, even that, like, I had one of my homeboys show me some songs that he's not a singer by any means, but he could songwrite, and he wrote songs, and like ChatGPT like just created a whole artist to sing all of these songs for him, and like they sound like hit record. Yeah. It's just crazy, man. I would love to.
It's
if you could send me the link or some information like when it starts, and I'll even link that like somewhere when I post the podcast, so people could tune in themselves and use those resources.
Yeah,
that's what this is all about. Connecting people.
I think it's in November at the Mystic Hilton. It's a free course. They have in the morning. It's like beginners, but that's for like writing prompts and stuff like that. We all know that, but like tuning it. The afternoon class is for like phase 2 AI. So I signed up for that one, and I'm going to definitely do it. But I'll send you a link to it because it's a free class, and apparently it's really good.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, see, every time I talk to you, man, something good comes of it, and that's why I wanted to bring you on the show, man, so people could get some of that as well, man. And I know you got for sure. I know you said you jumped into school and you got class coming up, momentarily and whatnot. So I'm glad we got to get this conversation in. And again, I just appreciate, knowing you, man, and just having you on so I could kind of introduce you to, a world of people that can use the kind of guidance that I, am fortunate to have at at my fingertips, just reaching out, via text or a phone call, man, and having you pop up to you help me with the lighting to get all this right. Know what I mean? And,
it looks good in there. Bro. It looks good. You turn your place into a studio. It looks great.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, if anybody's got any questions in the chat, I'll answer it. Or if they, have questions and they want to reach out to you, I'm happy to. We can come back on and we can talk about that. You know what I mean? The specific questions.
Access, man. Even before you even head out, just tell people how like important like just networking is, man. And it's not always going to happen in a way where you show up somewhere and you have something for them or they have something for you or whatever the case may be. Like networking online, like just even like how you mentioned, you're gonna provide a resource. You're gonna respond to people in the comments, and people have the opportunity to really connect with people like yourself because of things like this. Like how important is that? And how far has that got you as well?
It's the most important thing. And I always say, reach out to communities you're uncomfortable with. You know what I mean? Because like, it's so important to meet, even if you think it's the opposition, it's so important to sit in there. It's like, and I hate politics. I'm like literally the not politic guy. I'm so in the center of everything. Yeah, how crazy.
I have no idea what's going on in the world most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. But I say like go sit with some Trump folks. Go sit with some left-wing folks. Go sit with places that make you feel uncomfortable, because it's worth it, man. And like you'll meet real people in both both settings, in any setting. If you're from the hood, go outside the hood. If you're not from the hood, go to meet people from the hood. Like it's you just have to be aware of the world and network within the world, because you never know when something comes up or someone's going to reach out to you. It's like, oh yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's so important, networking. It really is, and it's the only way you can get anything done. It doesn't matter if you're selling ice cream or you're making TV shows. You know, it's like just branching out, get uncomfortable so you can get comfortable.
No, that's real. And I also seen what you did. You
Yeah.
said if you're from the hood, go outside the hood. But then you said if you're not from the hood, you said to meet people from the hood. You never told them to go to the hood. I respect that.
Yeah,
anything but go to the hood.
Yeah. I'm not the guy who's gonna be like, "Hey, fellas." No,
That's
cool.
solid. That's solid
It's
advice
cool.
right there. Man. Stay away from the
I'm
hood.
not a cop. I swear.
Oh man, yo, Tuck, man, I love and
Yeah.
appreciate you, brother. Always.
Yeah,
man.
dude. You too, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We got to link soon, man. You got to bring the boat out, man, before it gets too cold. And we got, just have a time, man.
Absolutely.
Yo,
We got a little bit of weather left for
yes,
sure.
Sir. Yeah, let's make it happen. Time's ticking, bro.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
You take care, brother.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you,
Talk
man.
to you.
Yes, sir.
All right, bye.
Tuck, that's my guy right there, man. And so many gems in just the natural, effortless conversation that we always have, man. The biggest thing, network, man. Go meet people, talk to people. I met Tuck in a world of opportunities open, just from our connection, for him and myself, just being able to come together to do things and impact change. We do a lot of mentorship for the youth, and we created some dope things together, man. And it's just dope when you connect with people to see where things can go. So go out, meet somebody, man. I'm going to actually take this course in November. I'll post a link when he sends it to me so y'all could get in tune as well if you're in the area looking to learn a little something about a little something. So yeah, man, it was great, man. This is episode number 1. I'm excited to see where this is going to go and what other guests that I'm going to bring on the show. For those of y'all that's going to tune in and see this right here, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Looking forward to connecting with y'all and seeing what you thought about this and some of the talks to come, man. I love y'all. Thank God always.